When adding additional plain weave to any weaving that starts in the middle of your weave instead of on either side, you're going to look for the warp threads that are exposed instead of the warp threads that are currently covered by yarn. The warp threads that are exposed show you that this is the thread that needs to be pushed down by the heddle bar and that I need to bring my yarn over. If you were to work this way, you can see that the warp threads are still exposed and you have 2 rows of yarn sitting on top of one another instead of the usual over and under pattern. So instead, remove that yarn, flip the heddle bar, and make sure to go over top those warp threads that are exposed. So now when pulling the yarn through, push the tail through to make sure to overlap with the yellow section so that there is not a gap between the 2 colors. Now those warp threads that were exposed are currently under the new row of yarn. To be sure that you do not create an hourglass shape in your weave, make sure to hold down the side of your yarn, creating a small semicircle and packing down your weave. Be sure to remember to flip your heddle bar so that you are going over the exposed warp threads with each new row. At this point, I've decided to create a triangular point in this section. So I'm just making sure to decrease 1 warp thread every time I weave in the opposite direction. Nearing the end of your weave and the top of your loom, your warp threads can become fairly tight. So to remove this tension and make it easier to work in, you can simply remove your heddle bar by rotating it towards the side without notches and releasing it from your loom. Once you've released your heddle bar, your warp threads may become slightly loose and the top of your loom may have rotated, so you can simply rotate it back and tighten the sides.